Take a look at the past couple of weeks or the past couple of months. When was the last time you actually did something that was really hard? Something really hard that you forced yourself to do, even though you didn't want to do it. And when's the last time you did something easy, something that you really wanted to do? I do something hard, something I don't want to do every day now. It increases my discipline in ways you can imagine. 1 year ago, I was so lazy. I couldn't get out of bed, even if I wanted to play video games. I would wake up past 12, maybe even 1, and the first thing I would do is go on my phone and scroll on Instagram for another half hour. Now I wake up 7 hours before that, and I don't touch my phone for the first 2 or 3 hours of the day. I remember one time I woke up kind of early, around 8 o'clock, and the first thought in my head was to go to the gym. As the hours went by, I kept procrastinating and didn't go to the gym. Instead, I sat inside. I was scrolling on my phone and playing video games. Eventually, maybe at like 12, 1, I got up and went to the gym. At the gym, I was thinking about my day. I was thinking about why I put off this task for so many hours, a task that I actually enjoyed doing. And then I realized I enjoy doing it, but I don't enjoy getting up and going to do it. I used to be so caught up in all the social medias and YouTube that the only thing that would actually get me to the gym was some motivation, some video on TikTok that would say, "Oh, if you want this body, you have to go to the gym right now. Do 100 push-ups." That's the only way I could actually do it. And now I do it without thinking. Even if I don't want to do it, I do it because I know I have to. Today we're going to be talking about how to build an iron mind, something that can't be destroyed or even influenced by other people. You are your own thoughts, not others. Number one, you need to forget everything you think you know about everything that could influence you, whether it's social media, video games, porn. All of these things can influence you, but you might not believe it. What proof is there that proves porn and video games are actually good for your mental health? There's proof that productive tasks like going to the gym or working on something, there's proof that those are good for your health because they're hard, but they're also good for you. They're good for your body. You grow as you do them. Even if you do still believe that video games and all these other bad habits are good for you, then do this for me. Stay off of them for at least a week. And during the time that you would have spent doing that bad habit, spend it doing something productive. You can meditate, you can read, you can go to the gym, work on something you're passionate about, as long as it's not that bad habit. Number 1.1, meditation. Meditation can be exponentially beneficial to your life in ways you couldn't even begin to imagine right now. But once you start actually implementing it into your routine, then you'll start to understand how it can help you. Meditation doesn't only clear your mind, it gets you more in touch with your feelings. It lets you see through bullshit. It organizes your thoughts. It lets you be more calm. During a test, you might start to panic if you don't meditate. Maybe you studied the night before, but now, during the actual test, you start to forget all the information that you remembered last night or the previous nights. But if you meditate, all your thoughts are organized. You're calm. Your breathing is natural. You can enter a flow state whenever you want. Doing a test is easy because you're not panicking. Number 1.2, nature. How much time do you actually spend in nature? Do you spend most of your time in a room with no sunlight, no contact with the sun? Is your skin pale, wrinkly? Or do you actually go outside? Do you go on walks through nature? Do you let the sun hit your skin? Is your skin clear and healthy? People that go outside show that they are more happy than the people that don't. Show me someone that is outside every single day for more than an hour. This person, let's say, walks through a forest and doesn't have any thoughts in their mind. They walk and they're just happy. Then show me someone in a dark room with no direct sunlight, and all they do is work on their computer screen. Every now and again, they might come out of the room to eat or play video games, but that's all they do. Who's gonna be more happy in life? Sure, one might make more money, but the other will be happy with themselves. They'll be in the best mood they've ever been, and they'll be more in touch with themselves. Do you think it's natural to be inside all day? Or do you think it's natural to be outside, where people were meant to be? Number 1.3, reading. This might be common sense to you, but reading does actually help you. And if you don't read it, then let me ask you this. Why? You have no time because you're spending it playing video games? First of all, you should be getting rid of that bad habit and filling it with a good habit like reading. Reading doesn't only clear your mind, it lets you learn new things. And that's one of the biggest things that life's about. Always learning. If you stop learning at the age of 20, then you're never going to get anywhere. There are people that I know that maybe have only read one book in their entire life, only because they've been forced to read that in school. These people, they don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to act. They don't know how to be a human. When they speak, they slur all of their words into one big mess they can barely understand unless you're one of them. But what if you do read? It doesn't have to be business books, it can be fiction. Even then, you're still learning how to properly write and communicate with others. You're learning new words and you're learning new ways to put them together with other words. Reading for pleasure can also help you relax and reduce stress and relieve depression. I think that reading for a mix of pleasure and improvement is the best option for you. Not only are you relieving stress, but you're always learning. Number 1.4, relationships. If you don't have any relationships in your life, then you're never going to be happy. If you're all alone, then it's just going to be you and your thoughts. Your thoughts are going to be the only thing keeping you company. And even those might turn against you. Having relationships is practically crucial to our mental well being. Us as humans that are part of nature, we're built to be social. If you're unsocial, if you're trying to escape from everybody, if you're always avoiding groups of people, avoiding communication with them, then how are you ever going to get anywhere? Our success is built on others. You can't get anywhere in life by yourself without the help of others. People's help is necessary. I think that a good balance in your social life is really important because you should be out there making relationships. You should have people that you love, but at the same time, you should also have some time for yourself, time to gather your thoughts, time to do work. Number two, do hard tasks. Imagine your life where you only did easy tasks. You won't end up anywhere. Your life will be complete shit. Imagine you were offered some soda and some water. If you pick the soda, you might feel good now. You might get that rush of dopamine, but you're gonna feel like shit later. One, because you know you picked the wrong option, and two, because you know it's bad for you. But then if you pick the water, what's gonna happen to you? You're not gonna get that taste. It's gonna taste like nothing. So what? Do you really need that in your mouth? What you need, what your body truly needs, are the foods that we used to eat hundreds of years ago. Do you think hundreds of years ago they were drinking Pepsi or water? Something that you can do, and something that I really recommend you to do, is every time you get the urge to be mediocre, reject it. Realize that you got that feeling, resist it, and then do something hard instead. Maybe you know you have to go to the gym in 20 minutes, but then you start to slack off, saying, it's okay if I skip one day. Is it? What if that one skip becomes ordinary for you? What if you get into the habit of not sticking to your habits? Your new normal is being lazy. So every time you get the urge to be mediocre, force yourself to not be. If you know you have to go to the gym, but you don't want to, do it anyway. Disregard all of your thoughts, all of your coping thoughts that are telling you to not do it. Why would you listen to them? Think about it. If you did listen to them, what would they bring? You might be happy right now because you can spend the new time doing some bullshit activity, but you're going to be unhappy later because you know you're lazy. But do the hard thing now, and it builds discipline, especially if you didn't want to do it. I'd recommend starting off a bit small for this because starting off with something massive can be extremely overwhelming. Don't start off by running 100 kilometers. Start off by making your bed in the morning or by routinely brushing your teeth. These small acts build small amounts of discipline. Keep that up and you'll build some momentum. That momentum can bring you to do the hard things that you don't want to do right now. Number three, resist it now and you'll resist it later. Think of something that you really want right now. Something easily accessible that's also bad for you, like sweets or pop. Go get it, place it in front of you, and do nothing but face it. Stare at it and do nothing. Do this until that urge goes away. Keep resisting it, and you'll build willpower. You'll build the discipline required to resist it later. Imagine you're at a gathering with a couple of friends. One of them offers you a chocolate bar. Usually, You'd accept it without thinking, oh yeah, whatever. I'll have it right now because I like it. But by doing this task, you can resist it then because you know it's not good for you, even though you really want it. You can easily say, no, it's okay. I don't want it. Some of them might look at you like, why? Why wouldn't you want it? Doing this, being healthy, might be considered weird because in today's world, being unhealthy is considered normal. Having over 100 grams of sugar in your system every day is completely normal. Watching porn, playing video games, all of these are normal in today's world because everybody is so caught up in feeling good now. They don't care about the future. They don't think about it because they know that if they do, they won't be happy and they're not ready to face the consequences. They'll keep feeding themselves bullshit just to make themselves feel better. Eventually, all that bullshit will stack on itself and eventually they'll crack and they'll go even worse. What do you think depressed people do? They do stuff that brings them pleasure now. They're unhappy all day. If they had just resisted something earlier, they could have prevented this. Sure, obviously, there's some other factors out there, like a dead relative, so we won't count them. But let's say the cause of this depression is because they're fat. If they resisted eating all of that shit food earlier in life, then they wouldn't have been fat and they wouldn't have been depressed. All of the pleasure that they give themselves stacks. But on the other hand, so does our discipline. Eventually, we're so disciplined, we can resist whatever we want. While they're here, not able to resist that small chocolate bar, you can say no to whatever you want. You don't even think about doing that bad activity because now that is incomprehensible to you. Whereas them doing something hard is incomprehensible. It is so easy to succeed in today's world because everyone else is so caught up and distracted with all of the bullshit. People are addicted to porn, social media, video games. All of these things only bring them further down. Building an iron mind is almost crucial to succeeding because it lets you resist all of these temptations. Next time you see one of them, you're able to resist it without any problem. Next time you get that feeling that you're going to be mediocre, you won't be because you know how to prevent it.